Hello again, and welcome to day 25 of the Greatness Within Journey. 31 days to reconnect with yourself and start creating a life worthy of you. We are talking about this creator stage to confidently filtering your critics. In the prior video, I talked about self criticism and one way to deal with it. And in this one, I'm talking about how to deal with other people's 2 cents, their opinions, their criticisms, whatever they want to say to help you stay safe and not pursue something that you truly enjoy doing. So let me start by reading the quote I use for this specific portion uh, of the chapter in the book, and it's from page 192, and it says, "Great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds." Albert Einstein. Great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. And it's a, I laugh because I've been one of those mediocre minds to many people. And once I started evolving, I just saw myself doing it and I stopped doing it. So now I strive to find ways to not impose my opinions on people unless they're asking. And it's a relationship where we trust each other and we're trying to figure things out together. But when it comes to it, I also encountered myself. I remember when I was doing the leadership summit, like open to everybody, something no one had done before in the company. When I shared it with someone that I thought was going to be supportive, the first thing that they asked was, "Oh, and how are you going to do that?" And it was it was interesting. I laughed at it. I simply said one step at a time. But their question came from a place of, "I don't think you can do it. I don't believe that you can." And we encounter a lot of these people, and unfortunately, a lot of times it's people we care for, people that we spend a lot of time with, and that hits hard. That it can hit hard. It can be demoralizing, but here's a way to deal with it. One of the things, or three things that I like to think about, and I sometimes I have to force myself to go through them because I get too involved in the conversation and the dialogue. But these three questions, I think I heard them from John Maxwell. I can't exactly recall where I heard them, but it's the way I internalize them. So, how do you deal with criticism? Um, People give you techniques. Most of the times, you say thank you for your idea. It'll be under consideration, and then just move on, and that's all you have to do. You don't have to defend it or sometimes like that. But here's how you can analyze it and then decide if you want to actually consider it or not. So the first question that one should ask is, has this person given me feedback? Have they done what I am trying to do? Have they done what I am trying to do? That question is valid because we enjoy just relaying information. There's a lot of stuff I hear from other people, and I'm quickly able to like just relay that. And I will speak to it as if I'm the one doing them. Sure, I can borrow authority from the person that tried it because I know I'm following from someone that has some sort of level of success, and they tried them before, so I can probably assume, hey, if they done it, maybe this person can do it. So I just quickly relay that. That's a positive way of relaying information, even though it's not as credible because I'm not the one doing it. Um, but a lot of times people just relay information to keep you safe. They just say things like, well, make sure that you do this, or make sure that you work on your way of communicating, or blah blah blah. They just give you a bunch of information that sounds cool and wise, but it's a way to limit what you're trying to accomplish. And it usually comes from a place where they just heard it from somebody, they read it in an article, and then they just simply blurt it out and just give it to you as advice. But if they haven't done it, then how can they be so sure that what they're saying actually applies to you? So that's the first question. The second question is, have they had success doing it? So if they have done it, Have they had success doing so? If they haven't had success with it, why do you want to follow advice from someone that hasn't figured out how to make it work? That doesn't mean that you have to treat them like in full discredit. It just simply means like they could be giving you an idea, but if they haven't had success using it, then the idea may not necessarily be applicable to you. So pay attention to that. A lot of times, a lot of unsuccessful people in certain venues like to relay advice that doesn't work for them, and or they take their experience and they say, no, this is not going to work. That also doesn't necessarily apply, because you're looking for people that can give you feedback on how to get to where you want to go. That's the point. You want to listen to those that can help you get to where you want to go, and that means they have to do what you're trying to do, and they also show success in doing so. Then number 3 is, do they value the same things that you do? Why does this one matter? It matters because it's in alignment with you. In order for something to be in alignment with you, their values have to be in alignment with yours. It's the way they did the business or the way they achieve their goals. Is that in alignment with your way of doing things? Because if it's not in alignment, you may not want to do it, even if they are successful and they have done what you're trying to do. You're looking for people that you can listen from and learn from them as a way to align yourself with your goal. So it's all about you, your alignment, and where you're trying to go. It's not about them. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what feedback you get. Your history, your context, your talent, your gift, all that stuff is different from them. So unless you have somebody that lived with you exactly the same way and thinks exactly the same way that you do, and they have access, and they just tell you, hey, I did this, and you go do it, that's probably the only way that it will match. But since that's almost unlikely, then almost all opinions or advice may not work for you. But it does help to know that the person has done what you're trying to do, they have had success, and their values are in alignment with yours. So those are the 3 questions. And then overarching all that is, at the end of the day, it's your journey, it's your success. What matters is who's keeping count with, in this instance, is you. You're the one that at the end of the line, it's going to say, did I do what I was trying to do? Did I go through the process that I wanted to go through? Did I become who I wanted to become? And you're the one keeping that score. So it doesn't matter what I say or what other people say. What matters is how you show up, how you apply, and then you just have to figure out who's worth listening to and who's not. If someone's not worth listening to, then all you have to do is say thank you and just ignore it. It doesn't apply. Even if it hurts at times, if it doesn't apply, then it really wasn't meant for you. So like, if there's just a different way of thinking around some of the feedback that we get. But that's pretty much it. So now maybe what you can do is go take one person that has given you advice, or one person that likes to give you advice whenever you share something, and run them through the questions and see how you respond to the results of that. And then maybe try to find somebody that meets the 3 questions, and then keep exploring that relationship with them. You never know what could happen, but the whole point of this is have a way to deal with criticism, because as soon as you start doing something that you want, it's like life is going to test you. It's just going to test your commitment. You're just going to have to like figure out a way to deal with it and just keep moving on and onwards and forwards. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.